what I want to do is I'm going to take you guys through my process. So the first thing, before you meet, like before you ever sit down with the player, there are some things that you have to do. Let me pause for a second and say this. Most people, what they do is they sit down with the player and they ask the player, what do you think you should work on this summer? What do you think you should work on this season? What do you think you should work on during this kind of span that we have? Here's the problem with that. If you ask a typical four-man, hey, what do you want to work on this summer? They're going to say stuff like my handles, my low post moves, my mid post moves, hey, I need to add a 3-point shot. They're going to name all the basically superstar four-man stuff to do. A lot of players that we work with are going to be role players. And so to take you through a real story, when I first started working with Kelly Oubre, he said, hey, man, turn me into James Harden 2.0. They're both left-handed. He said, listen, I've got better athleticism than James. I want to become James Harden 2.0. Now, the problem was I knew Kelly was steps away from that. And so I had to have a hard conversation with him and say, listen, if I try to turn you into James Harden 2.0 now, what's going to happen is you're going to get to the NBA. They're never going to give you the ball like he had, now he gets drafted by the Washington Wizards. And I asked him, who are they going to give the ball to in an isolation situation? Do you think they're going to give Brad Beal the ball, John Wall the ball, or a freshman, rookie version of Kelly Oubre? They're not going to give you the ball. So if we do that, while you may improve your game and while you may get better at your isolation moves, you're never going to become the player that you need to become. And so I had to tell him, step one is we got to get good at defense. If you can provide value on defense, then you're going to be able to have a chance to play more meaningful minutes. Then step two, summer two, we're going to have to get you really good at wide open catch and shoot jump shots. We're going to have to tweak a couple mechanics so that you make the wide open ones. Summer number three, now that you're making the wide open ones, now we got to work on attacking closeouts and finishing at the rim. Summer four, now we got to make you more a versatile shooter. So now we got to work on lifts and drifts and transition catch and shoots. Again, not even shooting 3-pointers off the dribble yet. Then the next summer, now we're going to work on your handles and shooting off the dribble and adding a mid-range game so that if you get ran off the 3-point line and can't get all the way downhill, then you have little step backs and side steps. Now, he looked at me like I was crazy at the time. Now he looks at me like I'm a genius because now he's about to get a huge payday and is averaging 19 points a game, but his rookie season, he averaged 2 points a game. So the first thing that you have to do is this: break down their film. Before you meet with them, you break down their film and you have to analyze where they are as a player in the process of becoming what they want to become. Second thing, study analytics. The reason you study analytics is not necessarily so that you can go geek mode. The reason you study analytics is so that you can make sure that you didn't miss anything on the film study. There's times where I've done a thorough film breakdown where I've watched every possession of a player's season, and I'm convinced that they're a good finisher because maybe they can finish with their right hand, finish with their left hand. They've got Euro steps, spin moves. They got good touch. And you're going, wow, they've got a ton of variety of finishes. But when you go to the analytics, their finishing rate is like 44%. And you're going, what? What did I miss? And because you saw all the fancy finishes and their ability to finish right and left hand, you assumed that they were a good finisher. So you always want to look at the analytics if they're available just so that you can see if what you're seeing on film is correct. You want the eye test to match kind of the facts. The next thing is rally the troops. This one could not be more important. Rally the troops means you get everybody in that player circle on the same page. So if I'm taking a new pre-draft prospect on, I need to talk to their old trainer. I need to talk to their college coach. I need to talk to their college assistant who maybe worked closely with them before and after practice. I need to talk to their parents if their parents are involved in the process. I need to talk to their AAU coach or high school coach if they're going to be working them out back at home when they're, away from me. I need to get everybody on the same page so that we're all pushing the same message. So I do the film breakdown. I do the analytics. I rally the troops and talk to everybody and get all of their input. And then what I do is I prepare a plan based on all of that. Now, once I prepare a plan, here's the secret sauce, my secret sauce. Show the player the plan. If you give the player the plan, they might not buy into it. They also might say, you know what? That's not what I think I need to work on. So then here's where the secret